Hello everybody, a very warm welcome to you. We are here now, of course, this Wednesday afternoon. Trust all is well with you. We're out at Hollywood Bets and it's a poly meet that takes its course today. We've got Darren Burrows and Daryl Marie on us from a social media perspective. Just a reminder, of course, about our Twitter handle at Weighted to Win. There it is. Our WhatsApp number's on the screen for you as well, just to take down and be part of it. Send your email and your name to that number. We're on 4racing.tv and of course we're on channel 240 on DSTV. So there are multiple ways of accessing the information. Well, Darren Burrows had a very good day yesterday. I can tell you that. Got the pick six. So well done, Darren.
Thank you, Clyde. It was a good day. The pick six did double up. So for the 50% suggested, you would have caught it full, paying over 23,000 Rand. The daily double did arrive. The buy pot arrived. The jackpot arrived. Very good day.
Excellent. Well done. There it is. 23,000 for the 50%. For those of you, of course, who managed to take it for a full unit, you would have, of course, got 46,000 Rand out of that pick six. Yeah, we had, I know the whole of WhatsApp around the world was down yesterday. So unfortunately, some of the communication failed. But those of you that got access to it, well done. Well, let's start. I see lots of short price favourites this Wednesday, Darren.
Yes, a lot of short price favourites. One or two of them may be beatable. I have chosen to cover them. But starting in race one, an absolute one-horse race, Captain Bombshell.
Okay, absolute one-horse race. Let me bring Daryl Marie in here quickly. Talk about it. Odds on 1 to, what's it now? 1 to 5. The last time I looked, it was a short.
It's 1 to 7 now, Clyde.
1 to 7.
Well, that's at 10:15 this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's of the race runners, a one-horse race.
One-horse race. Anything about the first timers, you know, or?
Actually not, Clyde, but there's no anti-post support for it. Medal of Freedom. So let me just check in the front of the computer form over here. I think I did see a comment, if I'm not mistaken. Nice type, including your exotics.
Okay.
So I think that's the exacta play.
That's the exacta play with the first time. All right, well, that's what we'll do. That's the way to play it. Let's have a look at it, guys. So we'll put it up for you. We are taking, but remember, it's buy pots now. So let's put buy pots up and start with the Daryl Marie buy pot first. And there you go. Banker the 5 of the first leg. Daryl, you got bankers later?
Yes, Clyde. I've got another banker that comes up later in race number 5. Number 1, Son of Raj. That perm will cost you 72 Rand.
All right, that's the Daryl Marie. Now, Darren did well with his all-to-come yesterday. Your all-to-come arrived yesterday too, right?
Yes, paying in the region of 4 Rand, 95 Rand. So I'm looking to catch another one today. Obviously, we'll open the meeting with Captain Bombshell, hopefully paying 1 Rand 20 a win, and then Lolo the Legend a bit later on.
Welcome back. Second race, let's get going. There's a 28 to 10 favourite here when we did the show this morning at around 10:30. Number 2, Grey Ocean. Gavin van Zyl's runner. Josh Solomon's 28 to 10. They team up here. The 6 second choice is Casa Rosada. That's trading at 9 to 2. And then you can get 5 to 1 about the rest of the field. Let's talk to Darren Burrows. One of the more trickier races on the card, or how do you see it?
It is a tricky race, Clyde. You know, horses like Preemptive Strike, we've been for him many times in the past. His rating keeps dropping and he keeps disappointing. So I don't know what to think of his how he's going to race today. But if he bounces back, he's definitely one for the short list. Grey Ocean in form should be right there. I thought a horse like Leslie's Path to Fame. Now, he's better off with a couple of horses at the weights this time around, and I think he could be the upset potential.
Okay, maybe it is Leslie's Path to Fame. That could be some sort of runner for Frank Robinson that's trading at around 7s or thereabouts. Did you find something?
Yeah, I think Leslie's Path to Fame is a big runner over here, Clyde. You know, it is an apprentice handicap. They tend to go very quick. And I do believe Cole Dickon is one of the more patient apprentices out there.
Right.
So he'll be coming with a late rattle. Go back to that run with Grey Ocean. He's 1.5 kilos better off for a 2-length beating. So I'll give him a big chance over here. Preemptive Strike. Now, we fancied him last time out. You phoned Dennis on that occasion, Clyde.
Yep.
Donald was in the irons.
Correct.
Now you've got Rachel. Is that a jockey up in your opinion?
Well, I think she's been riding very well in particular. So, yeah, you could add a tick there.
Okay, so that form line is really holding up. Father's Frost has come out and run second, and then he won. Samuel Salt won. And Crested Eagle has also franked that form line. So he's going to be my top pick ahead of Leslie's path to fame.
Okay, well, that's the choice from Daryl. You heard what he said. And Darren, this is now, we'll put it for you in writing. We have got place accumulators to get on. So let's take this place accumulator as follows. We're going to go like this. Daryl Marie's PA 248 by 258 by 2679. Banker 1, Banker 3 by 4 and 8 by 179. And we're going to just stay with Daryl. That's the only recommended PA. Darren hasn't got a PA for us today. So that's a 432 Rand perm if you had to take it twice. Well, the Peter Muscat stable's got a few today that certainly can win. One of them being Fashion Mistress on the card, trading at 11 to 10. Darren, that's the last price I had about it. You like her?
I give her a big chance, Clyde, but I wouldn't be rushing out to take that price about her. The only concern for me is the drop in trip. She's a master of my fate out of an AP answer mare. The 1200, I thought, up to 1400 next time out would be ideal. But the drop back to 1000 is the only concern for me. I wouldn't surprise me to see her win. I would cover her with horses like Getrix, Mia Sophia, and even her stable companion Storm's Power with Gavin Larena. She pulled too hard over 1200 meters. I think she's going to enjoy the drop down in trip.
Yeah, so only beaten 5 legs first time out over the 1200. That could be a bit of a shrewd. What do you like?
Yeah, she's certainly held by her stable companion, Clyde. That's Storm's Power is held by Fashion Mistress.
Yeah.
But Darren touched on, she did have excuses on that occasion. Came out slow, over raced behind them. So, in my opinion, I'm in agreement. The drop in trip is certainly more favourable with her chances here than Fashion Mistress. Fashion Mistress, out of Master of My Fate, or by Master of My Fate, out of a dam that won over 2,000 meters. The drop back to 1,000 meters has to be of concern. I don't believe there's any value in her current price. We saw a horse run from that form line yesterday, Stealth Attack. She was 3.5 lengths behind Fashion Mistress, came out and ran second to Bevy's Delight. So I think the 5 and 8 are certainly the two to focus on. Yeah, I do believe 8 represents more value, Storm's Power. And then you can't discount Getrix. I mean, she runs her honest race. She'll be thereabouts once again.
Top class.
But she's a 5-year-old mare. She's had her chances, but for the placing, she must be considered.
All right, well, the 8 Storm's Power is currently 8 to 1. Probably going to start a bit short in that, I would imagine, after hearing what we've just heard. So let's get on to pick sixes now. Remember, we got the pick six yesterday, which is well done. Those of you who don't know, there was 23,000 Rand won on a recommended pick six by Darren, so well done to him. Let's get those pick sixes up now. We'll start with Daryl's pick six first, and he's going 258 by 2679. He's got a banker today. He's bankering this horse, Son of Raj, by 3 and 7. He makes it a 2-horse race. And then no chances the last 2 legs, Field and Field. Darren, let's see what Darren Burrows is doing. He's going horses quite all the way through. He's bankering later on number 3 on the card. That's his banker, Lulu the Legend. Then 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Field at the back. So that's his cover play, or his play today on this Wednesday pick 6. Let's move on now, ladies and gents, to race number 4. It's jackpot time. It's a handicap fillies and mares over 1,000 metres. Take out the 1 and the 3 here, and betting-wise recommends one. It's a more of a trickier race, and at the moment, magically, is at, when we had a look at it around 10:30 this morning at 3 to 1. Close up behind it, that was Time Chaser at 33 to 10. You can get 11 to 2, bar those two. What do you like, Darren Burrows?
Well, I liked this morning, the rank outside in the race was Hereinafter. Now, this filly, the last time they put the blinkers on her at Fairview, and she absolutely trotted up. I went back a year in her form line when she ran on the Fairview Poly track. She ran 4th, beaten 2 lengths in a 98 handicap off a 69 rating. She got a 11-point penalty that day, and it took time for her rating to come down. But after that last win, I think in this type of company, she can follow up in KZN. So Hereinafter is the value. I would include Time Chaser with only 51 kilos drop in trip. And Adiena, the maiden winner, I think she's got a chance with bottom weight.
Okay, so there are a few, but it's interesting that you're on this Hereinafter. You give it a bit of a chance. You like it at all?
I like number 9 of Clyde, Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
Don't know what price is she?
That's at 13 to 2 or thereabouts. 8 to 1 you can get.
Go back in her form line. She's 10.5 kilos better off with Magically for a 2-length beating. So I think she does represent the value in the race. I think Time Chaser's a play over here, Clyde. Her ratings come down to a 76. She's getting the apprentice allowance. I think the step back in trip to 1,000 meters could also be in her favor. But I'm gonna go with a 9 over here, Ride the Lightning.
So there's two outsiders. You've got Herein After and Ride the Lightning. The boys are liking, so that's interesting. Maybe you can use it as a double floating or something like that. 8 and 9, field, or how to play it. But they are the two outsiders, or so to speak, in the race. All right, well, it is a jackpot opportunity, so here it is. We'll have a look at what the guys are doing. Darren's going 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Remember that Daryl likes 9, so you may want to add the 9 in now on that basis. By 1 and 8, by 3, by 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The Son of Raj runs now. This is race number 5 on the card. It's a maiden class field over 1,600 meters. Just a reminder for those of you who are on social media, we've got Twitter and WhatsApp and multiple ways of getting access to the information that you require with regards to weighted to win. So we're talking about Son of Raj, who's short, about 4 or 5 to 10 when we were looking this morning. He's only had the one run. And on that aggressive, I see that there's been one single winner from that particular form line, Darren Burrows. I just want to get confirmation from you that you're happy and that all is in good order.
Yes, the hard horse to beat. I mean, the strength of this field, it's very weak. And on that debut, he was running on behind Aggressiva over 14, suggesting the mile's going to be ideal. So a possible banker, I did back him up with Insightful. I thought not a bad effort last time. He ran 6 behind See It Again, who was a runaway winner that day. And if Son of Raj is to fluff his lines, I think Insightful will pick up the pieces.
Okay, so that's just a backup plan for Daryl. Have you for Darren, you haven't got a backup plan?
No backup plans. If this gets
Son of Raj.
beaten, my exotics go pear-shaped. Besides the bipods, I hope he holds on for second then. Clyde, decent
But you haven't got
debut.
any doubts, have you?
No. I think he's got the most scope for improvement. I like the debut. He came under pressure turning for home, but he was doing his best work late. So he's going to appreciate the extra 200 meters. He's a full brother to Arumugam.
Yes.
Now, he's a 2,000 meter horse. So he'll possibly go that trip too, but I think in his second start, he can get away with this trip. You mentioned that there has been a winner from the form line in Captain's Walk.
Yeah.
So I'll make him very hard to beat if he just reproduces a similar effort. I'm not going to make Insightful the danger. I think Tommy the Kid on his latest effort could be the exact proposition, but I don't give him winning claims, Clyde. So I certainly hope Son of Raj brings home the bacon.
Well, maybe Tommy the Kid can at least run second for you, then you'll be happy with that. And as you heard Darren saying, just in case Insightful might be a bit of a backup. But in general, Son of Raj is the play. Let's have a look at what the boys are recommending here for this race. And we're taking Daryl Marie's second jackpot, where we are bankering the odds-on favourite. By 3 and 7 in the next leg, we make it an absolute 2-horse race. Lulu the Legend looks hard to beat, but we are putting this horse King Bavarian in, and then Field and Field. Race 6 has got Lulu the Legend running here, trading at 19 to 10 this morning. The second choice on the card is number 9, Barbati, who's at 5 to 2. And then you've got number 7, King Bavarian, who's 33 to 10. The race does appear to be between the three, or you are still big on Lulu the Legend, Darren?
Yeah, I'm pretty big on this horse, Lulu the Legend. Now, when I look at what he took on last time out, that was a maiden, but Zubri won the race with decent maiden form. Political Party was there. Majestic Warrior, Blazing Light. All of those horses would be odds on in a race like this. So I just have the feeling that he's got the come on look, only having the 2 starts. And Stable Jockey, Canamak, the Mellow in form. I think he's got the measure of this field.
Strong enough? Is the form line strong enough? We saw Triton come out of that form line to Zubri to run second. Is that form strong enough here?
In this field, certainly.
Yeah, certainly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't believe we'll see the best of him until he's gelded. But I wouldn't be surprised that this is his last run before having the unkindest cut of all, Clyde.
Yeah.
But I think if he just jumps on terms, he is going to be the horse to beat. There is a comment, obviously, because of the Hollywood Syndicate.
Yeah.
Improved performance is expected. So I make him the horse to beat. I'm only made one danger in number 7, King Bavarian. I thought that was a fair debut, Clyde. The winner on that occasion trotted up by 5 lengths.
Yeah.
The second and third horses have both come out and run third in their next start.
I see that, yeah.
So in this type of lineup, he's going to be the danger to Lulu Legend.
Okay. So King Bavarian in the company of Double Silver and Imaginable, who came out to run those places. Is he good enough to run Lulu the Legend over? Well, we'll see today. Well, this is the plan for this race in terms of what we want to do. We intend on, well, Darren's quite big on Lulu the Legend, as is Daryl. I think they both agree this is definitely the horse to beat. Welcome back, guys. And now we've got this 1900, the seventh race, the penultimate of the day. Maybe there's the last double. We'll ask the boys. Tin Cup is favourite, trading at 33-10 this morning with number 8 on the card, Caramandel. That's trading at 33-10. So they're actually joints right now. And Bend the Rules is trading at 4-1. They're betting 5-1 about Stanley. And then In With a Chance, number 1, is trading at 7-1. So one of the more harder races, Darren?
Yes, a tough race, but I found the value. Yesterday he was trading at 20-1 In With a Chance. He's backed right down to 7-1. Now, if you look at his form, you'd say, but he hasn't shown enough since his maiden victory over 1,400 meters. But last time, it says in the computer form, took no interest. He's dropped another 3 points in the ratings. He gets 2.5 kilos off his back, and the blinkers go on. So this horse could be progressive off his mark. And I think he's good each way value In With a Chance. The horses to beat, obviously, Tin Cup. Having his first run in the province, may be in need of a run, but he is a nice horse. I've seen him in the past. I think he'll give a lot of cheek if he's fit and well. And then Stanley and Coromandel of the rest.
In With a Chance, interesting you like that. From Street Art came Teichmann to win, so the form's not too bad. And I think it's 7-1.
Yeah, Claude, as you noticed in all my exotics, I went field in this leg. So it's, in my opinion, I'll make it a wide open event.
Right.
Stanley is my leading light over here, Claude. He's by Duke of Marmalade out of a horse chestnut mare. That horse chestnut mare won over 2,400 meters. It's the first time he's actually been stepped up in trip, and he's unexposed of this distance. So on breeding, he's certainly going to appreciate the extra. If you like Coromandel, who's clearly off a very competitive mark, have a look at Double Espresso. He's actually beaten Coromandel, and he's 5 kilograms better off.
Yeah.
But I think Coromandel will run another honest race. Open event, Stanley's my topic.
All right, well, Stanley's 5-1. It's one of those races. There are a few in here that you need to. Stanley being Daryl's first choice. Darren saying In With a Chance could be the Shruti. So what do we do in this race? This is what we recommend. We take a Darren Burrows win straight up because the horse is trading at around 7-1. He's quite confident that In With a Chance may well end up winning. 8th and final over 1,400 metres. They bet 9-2 the field here, and Prince of Taranto's at 9-2, top of the boards. Bowie, number 6, is 5-1. Number 5 on the card at the moment, Makara for Wendy Whitehead's trading 11-2. Calvin Habib riding that, and number 1, Priceless Ruler, is at 6-1. I see they've got 6-1 also about 4 Noble Sniper. There's another one in here, Tread Swiftly, number 9, who's trading at 8-1 and then 10-1 and better the other. So we do know from the guys' field race, but let's try and get some value out of the last race, Darren.
Well, starting with Priceless Ruler. Now, he's had 5 runs on the poly for 4 wins. Course and distance, 3 from 3. He won his penultimate start beating Tread Swiftly. I know he's worse off at the weights, but he's got a 1 draw and Keegan DeMello in the saddle. So I think Priceless Ruler could run a big race. I would include Tread Swiftly. He's very capable of winning. Bowie of the rest and Prince of Taranto.
All right, Daryl Marie will come in and wrap up the last with me now in terms of what you like. Any Shruti?
Yeah, Darren's touched on the weight reversal. I mean, Tread Swiftly's 6 kilograms better off for a neck beating. So I made him the each way play in the race. But I don't discount the chances of Priceless Ruler, Claude. I mean, he's unbeaten at this track and trip. From Donald to Keegan DeMello. Jockey up, Claude?
Yeah, it would
Jockey
be.
up.
It would be, I think. Everyone's
so how do you knock a horse that's 3 from 3?
All right.
Unbeaten with Keegan DeMello. So 9 from 1 for me. But
okay. So it's one of those races. There are a few in here. Priceless Ruler could maybe the Shruti. Tread Swiftly, you've heard all about as well from the Muscat yard. So is it going to be Dennis Dreyer and Peter Muscat? Or will Tony Riverland keep them at bay with his horse Prince of Taranto? Let's find out. Let's have a look at what we're going to do. Tread Swiftly, says Daryl Marie. It's his chance to have a go now in the last. And that's your 7-1 shot. Well, was anyway at 10:30 this morning. And that's our show. Thank you again, Wednesday. We look forward to the weekend. There's tipsters competitions. The guys are starting in Ada 4 Racing for charity. All the tipsters, the clash of the tipsters this weekend into the Allied Steel Road on a Mission Mile charity weekend. And we look forward, of course, to the Algoa Cup on Friday. There's lots happening this weekend from a charity perspective. And Waited to Win puts its wheel to the shoulder to make sure that it works. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch up soon.